Can season 2 be as good as season 1? Come on, it's not like this show is it. What's up, Prime Video fans? Welcome back to the channel. We're talking season 2 of Invincible. I've seen the first 4 episodes, but I'm not going to spoil a thing. I'm just going to talk about the premise and kind of the first episode, but tonight, it's coming out. Come back here after you see episode 1 and let me know, do you think this is going to be a good season? And do you know what's in store for season 2? Because you don't. Trust me. Unless you've read the comments. So season 2 continues Mark's journey as he grapples with the aftermath of Father Nolan Grayson's betrayal and faces new threats. His ultimate fear is turning into his father unknowingly. Season, of course, TV mature for everything. Lots of violence and gore and bloody madness. And in the first season, I compared it to what I loved about shows like Justice League Unlimited and Batman the Animated Series. That type of compelling storytelling, awesome characters. At first, they're really reminiscent. It's like the off-brand Justice League. He's like off-brand Superman. Oh.
Marty, I'm scared.
No, it's a lot different than that. Add in the most mature cartoon rating you could ever fathom or imagine, and you get a season 2 and you're thinking to yourself, is it going to have the same type of impact? Is it going to have that bloody madness? Yes. Is it going to have compelling characters? Absolutely. Are the stories from season 1 going to continue to grow? You're going to get a great amount of depth for the characters, and some unexpected characters. Are they going to shine? Yes, yes, and yes. I mean, season 2, I was so shocked to find out that this story, as amazing as that finale was, as interesting as it was in season 1, the beginning and the end specifically, a couple of episodes in the middle that's kind of like villain of the week type thing, and you have that in these first 4 episodes. You've got your villain of the week, but they are really interesting episodes, and in the midst of those episodes, you're getting more growth from the characters that we love, as well as reeling from the wrath of Omni Man in season 1. That's what makes season 2's story, in my opinion, so far, and it could absolutely fall off, better than season 1. I believe the writing, the story, the growth, the development so far is just as good, if not better. And I'm actually loving one character in particular that I did in season 1, but the growth of Debbie Grayson, of course, the fallout with her husband and what he called her, what he said to her, the fact that he attacked his son Mark. Yeah, that's a lot to deal with. And we get to explore how she is reeling from the madness, as well as Mark. And I'll talk about him here in just a second. But man, the performance from Sandra Oh in this season was great. I mean, really great. You feel every ounce of emotion. She's trying to move on. She's telling herself she needs to move on. Other people are telling her she needs to move on, but she just can't. And the struggle is more real as we go. And by the time you get to episode 4 and some things happen, you're sitting back on, I'm even more on her side now. Then you have Mark. I mean, his dad tried to kill him. He brutally beat him to death in the final episode of last season. So that's a lot for him to have to deal with. And this entire season, he's dealing with the fact that he doesn't want to become his dad. He wants to go back out, fight crime, be a superhero, and he's trying to do it on his own time, but everybody involved with the teams and whatnot, they're just like, no, you need to take some time, man. You need to chill. I mean, that was a lot.
Hey, take it easy.
Now, does he listen? I'm not going to spoil anything, but what do you think? Mark's journey and growth in this season is really good, and the people that he goes up against, there was one episode where there's this thing in Atlantis, and it was good for his character, but that did kind of feel like how we got those Villain of the Week episodes in season 1. But there are other subplots where people are coming from other places, and there's an interesting character that has multiple versions of himself, some very familiar faces from last season. There's actually an episode, I think it was episode 3, that uses half of the episode to tell his story, and it starts out and ends, and I'm like, okay, well, that was different, but it was nice. It was nice getting to see that, and Mark was busy at the time, you know what I'm saying? Woo! Yeah, baby! You don't. You have no clue. And then on the other side, you have Adam Eve and Rexplode and Robot, and, this team is a team that is struggling so much at the beginning of the season. Some people get brought in, and it kind of shakes up that dynamic. Now, through the first 4 episodes, we haven't been able to focus on them as much, and personally, I kind of want to see more Adam Eve, but we are building to that. Very clearly, they're going to be more involved in the back half of the season, but of course, I've only seen 4 episodes, so I can't speak on that. Kevin Michael Richardson plays the Mahler twins. They're back. They have an interesting role in this season. And one subplot in particular, someone who realized that something happened when Omni Man attacked in season 1. I'm trying to be very vague here. And they're exploring the idea that maybe they are not who they feel that they are. And you really get to see this in episode 4. And it's really emotional. And that's what Invincible does really well, right? Obviously, the fallout of Omni Man is huge. Like, the entire planet is still dealing from it. But really, it's a personal journey through and through. And season 2 of Invincible is very emotional from top to bottom. I didn't expect it. I think it's more emotional this season than it was last season. And episode 4 may be the most shocking yet emotional of the bunch. And they're also setting up some things in episode 1 that's going to make you sit back and go, oh, they can do a lot with this show now. And finally, the action. Is it bloody? Yes. Do we get to see some crazy action sequences like what we did with Adam Eve in her special? Maybe nothing that cool, but yeah, some really cool sequences. That being said, I find myself loving Invincible because of the characters more so than the action. The action's great. I love the fact that it's hard R TV mature rating. That's awesome. But at the same time, you're in it for Mark and his mom and his friends and their friendships and Mark's relationship as well. I know some people gave Amber a hard time in season 1, a little less of her this time around, but I'm actually growing on their relationship. But, you know, at the same time, I'm like, Adam Eve.
Calm down.
It's okay, I'm sorry.
I see why they only sent us 4 episodes, because episode 4, yeah, if you're like, first 3 episodes, well, it's good, but let's see. Yeah. Before I give you my score, if you want to support this video, dropping that thumbs up, the best way to do that, and comment your thoughts. Where do you rank Invincible in the world of superhero shows? This series is as special as they come. The care for the characters was even more impressive in season 2, and the brutality is just as shocking. Invincible is truly spectacular. I love this show. Anyone who says there's not good superhero television on right now, today, the day this comes out, Gen V, Invincible, and Loki Season 2, man. We're eating good. How long is that going to last? Who knows? But right now, we're eating good. Thanks for watching. See you soon.